Welcome to Math 096, Lecture 34. Today we're going to continue the discussion of Section 5.6 about division of polynomials. Now, in order to start this section, we need to have a reminder of things that you've seen in previous math classes. So let's talk about division of integers for a moment. If I want to divide 13 by 5, there's a very specific process that I can use in order to do this problem by hand. So the first question I have to ask is, how many times does 5 go into 13? And the answer is going to be 2. So I put a 2 up above. Now I multiply the 2 times the 5. 2 times 5 is going to be 10. Next off then I need to subtract the 13 minus 10. 13 minus 10 is going to be 3. So as you look at this process, the first thing that I want you to catch is that fact that if we can do all of this for the ideas in terms of integers, we're going to do very similar ideas in terms of polynomial long division. So think about what happened along the way. We first of all asked, how many times does 5 go into 13? Then we did a multiplication. 2 times 5 gave us this 10, and then we did a subtraction. 13 minus 10 is equal to 3. So you want to think about that three-step process whenever you're doing a division involving polynomials. How many times does something go into a piece, and then do a multiplication, and then finally do a subtraction? The other layer that I want you to think about on this problem is that, in fact, all these different numbers that are running around on the board right now, most of them have special names. So it's nice to know those names because the author is going to describe steps for these techniques in terms of those named items. So let's go ahead and check out all these different numbers and think about names for each one of those. So as I look at that 13 that is under the division bracket, that particular item is called the dividend. And then all these other guys have names as well. So let's move out to the 5 on the outside. That's the divisor. And the 2 up top, that is the quotient. And then finally, this number 3 that we had down here, that's a special number as well. That one is called the remainder. So the dividend is the number that you are dividing. The divisor is the number that you're dividing by. The quotient is part of your answer up top, and then the remainder is another part of your answer. So now that we have the idea that each one of these has names, on your handout, I've given you a 6-step process that describes the process of polynomial long division. And I use all 4 of these words in that process. So go ahead and read the 6-step process, and then we'll go ahead and continue on and check out an example.